Coming through with the strength in you. Dun 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 dun. Coming through with the strength in you. Hey boo. Hey, coming through with the strength in you. What it do, what it do. Coming through with the strength in you. You made it. Good job. Strength in you. Coming through. Strength in you. Coming through. Hey boo.
That song get me lit every Monday morning. I'm telling you, if my weekend went bad, that song right there always changes my whole everything. Good morning, good morning, Hannah Loves. Happy Monday, happy Monday, Monday. Okay, without further ado, let me just get my king going up here, the king of the team. Okay, on the scene.
Hello, guys. I'm like, thank God, because I'm like cleaning the lens right with the camera, and I'm using my shirt, and I don't want my belly to be on camera, so I'm like race against time.
Well, you made it work. You made it work. How
Yeah,
you doing, honey love? Happy
I'm
Monday to you.
doing I'm doing good. It's kind of like fitting that we're talking about depression today, because I kind of recently going through that, but today I'm feeling good. Today I'm feeling
That's
good.
good. Well, see, that's one of the perfect points to depression right there, though. It ain't always there. You don't always feel bad. It's not a constant thing. You just have moments throughout daily life where you kind of feeling it a little more than other days. You know what I'm saying? So
Yes,
that's kind of a
ma'am.
perfect point that you feeling good right now. So,
Yeah, I'm feeling
yeah,
good.
winning.
Sugar.
That's what's up. So today, yeah, we're gonna talk about mental health all the way around. It ain't gonna just be depression because it's different forms of mental health and they
Yeah.
come in different variations. But today we're doing a mental health check-in. So if you don't mind hitting them comments, what you good, how you feeling, letting us know just how you doing. Because this whole segment is about you and mental health and getting through it with positivity and light and being able to cry and have those moments and be okay with that because we human, you know what I'm saying? So how you feeling about this mental health check today?
Uh, Kind of like appropriate and kind of like needed, right? Because like even though I'm feeling good today, recently I haven't, and I haven't always been open about it either. That's one thing I want to shed light on is making it okay to talk about things and not like isolating yourself from the whole world. That easily can be a fix. It's temporary. You definitely need to talk about it, and I'm glad that we're having that
Hey
mental.
Jerry.
Hi, Jerry. I'm kind of happy that we're talking about it because I need it personally. So it's perfect timing.
Yay. Well, I guess that was the spirit taking over me and saying we need to talk about this because it's been weighing on me as well. Because depression is real for all of us. And although people see me smiling all the time, they forget that I'm still a person and I feel. And I do have moments where I'm in the shower and I'm crying and I wait time in the shower for it so that way I can wash it off.
Yeah.
But no, that's just we human. So sometimes we can hide it better than other days, and I'm glad we're talking about it so that way we can clear our hearts and clear our minds and kind of get some of this negative baggage off of our spirit, and we can just
Mm-hmm.
get back to us. You know what I'm saying? So, would you like to kick it off? Because I talk a lot all the time.
Yeah, I'll be glad to kick it off. Yeah, like recently, I guess I don't like deal with things like at the moment, right? Like when I first had the stroke, um, I didn't like mentally deal with it. Like I just kind of pushed it to the side and was just like, we have to worry about getting better. So my mind was kind of like always concentrated on that. And then that turned into like, I realized that my journey and sharing my journey was helping others. So I kept pushing my own mental health to the side to kind of entertain everybody else and make sure everybody else is good. But I wasn't taking care of number one, you know? Um, and that led to isolation, like staying in my bed all day, not working out, not worrying about what I'm eating, isolating myself from my mother and dad, who I talk to on the daily, and I live with them. So imagine I'm just staying in my room all day and just kind of like leaving myself to these four walls, you know, and um in the shower I do cry, and it got to a point where I just got frustrated, like with everything, just the amount of work you have to do.
Right.
Um, how much needs to get worked on to like, and it's true. Like if you don't work on it, you're gonna lose it. So you have to constantly work on yourself, and that gets a little tiring, after a while.
Absolutely.
And that with being sick and then getting this news about the me having sleep apnea, it was one thing after the other. I felt like, and it finally got to the point where I felt like I was gonna snap, and I haven't talked to like a counselor in a while, and that's something I'm looking into. Actually, when I get off the show, I'm gonna look into doing that kind of therapy again because it was nice talking to somebody, and I haven't talked to somebody in a long time. Good morning. I know who that is.
That's
Come on.
amazing, Junior. Good morning, honey love. We're not sure, but you, hey, boo.
Yeah,
But no, that's amazing.
but
And I'll say that, and I'm sorry, I just want to cut you off and say
no,
I
no, good.
commend you because I'm in counseling as well. It feels good to be able to talk to somebody other than
Hmm.
people you love because you don't want to hurt nobody. So you can give it to somebody else and they can sleep on that.
Hmm. Yeah, exactly. That's what they get paid to do anyway, right? So,
Exactly.
um, it was a thing where I think it was yesterday, the day before yesterday. My dad was kind of like, "What's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
And I kind of like told him what was going on, and he's like, "That's not like you. I just want you to be you again." Because usually I'm happy-go-lucky, even though I deal with my trauma. I always try to see life as a positive and not a negative. And I was out there like a real Debbie Downer for a while. So totally unlike me. But yeah, the importance of not only taking care of yourself physically but mentally is so important. And I grew up with like, you don't talk about your feelings. You don't talk to therapy, right? You're
Nail on the head.
crazy. So
Nail on the head.
I grew up with that, and it was like until I got into my older age. I'm still young, but um, until I got into my 30s, where I was like, it's okay to talk about these things. Like you have to get them out. You're only hurting yourself and the people those around you if
Mm-hmm.
you're constantly holding those thoughts in, and that can manifest into suicidal thoughts, or suicide ideation. That's another word I learned recently.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just not acting like yourself. And when you're able to talk about it freely and open up, you feel so much better at the end of the day. Um, it sucks when you're going through it, but there is a light at the end of the tunnel. So, like, as long as you go through the process, you're gonna like the results. But the process sometimes is a little,
Well, you know what my favorite saying is: anything worth having will be hard. You know what I'm
hmm
saying? Like for any of us who go through life, everything you've been through, learning how to walk was hard. You don't remember it because you've been doing it for so long. I mean, we remember it now because we stroke survivors.
yeah, yeah.
But you know what I'm saying? Like as a kid, you don't remember that kind of stuff, but it was hard to learn it and you did it. You know what I mean? And then people got to understand that when you hold on to all those burdens and them struggles inside internally, you take it out externally on the people around you. And it's not even intentional. The subconscious just kicks in and that anger kicks over, and you want to have power over yourself and your struggles. So it's important that we learn to deal with this depression. It's real. Oh my God. You talking about
And honestly, in this day and age that we live in, I think it's more important because we have so much going on, right? Like
mhm,
I remember growing up, life was a lot simpler when I was younger, right? Like there
absolutely.
wasn't all these tablets, and I remember dial home for my internet. Like if somebody called you, it was a rap. Like I remember all that, and with social media, especially, like it's okay to take a break off social media. Like don't feel like it's the end of the world if you're not connected and plugged in. Like sometimes it's good to like reset and take out that plug for a little bit. Not everybody needs to know what you're doing all the time, and it was definitely a thing where I made that decision, and I'm okay with it. Like, I'm okay with not having to put my business out there for the whole world to know. It's some things remain private, and you have to deal with with yourself, and um, it's okay. Like I recently got put on like antidepressants because it was so bad, and at first I was like, I don't want to take that, because that stigma behind it, right? But I'm feeling like it's not a thing I'm gonna continue to do once I feel better. Once I feel like I'm back to myself 100%, I'm not gonna take those pills. But yeah, just like taking things day by day and trying not to fix everything one day. It's not gonna happen. Take
Yeah,
one thing, and whether it's just start by cleaning your room. If that's too much, make your bed. Do something. Once you
right.
do that one thing, then you focus on the next thing, and kind of take life that way until you're back into the rhythm of things, and then it's easier to kind of readjust and reintegrate yourself with society and the rest of the world.
Yeah. See, depression showed up for you differently. Because people gotta understand depression shows up for everybody different. It don't show up for everybody the same. Some people seek more from the outside world so they can mask what they're going through internally. So they kind of forcing themselves in places where they're not necessarily wanted. And that causes a riffraff, you can say. So it's important, I guess, to understand how depression shows up in your life. That is real um, important. Like, just thinking about it, I just know for me, like with the deaths that I've been going through lately, and then like my arm situation and the lack of movement and needing this extra help, and I'm not used to needing extra help. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, and we just got to do what's necessary, and let's get the help we need. And if that means we got to seek a counselor, or that means you need a workout buddy to start taking little walks with, or you even just need somebody to vent to and who won't say nothing back and they just gonna listen. Like sometimes you need that, but you got to be open enough to say what it is that you need, because can't nobody know if you don't say. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
People also need to be open enough to hear, because they take it personal when you're telling them what you need, and it's like it's not directed at you. It's just my personal need, and I need you right now to help me with this. So
Hmm.
help. Hello, honey love. We don't know who you is, but hey.
Hello. Another thing I do, just to chime in, um, thank God for my dogs. Like, I have Lola who loves to cuddle, and when I'm feeling sad, I can just grab Lola and she'll like sleep in my bed, and she'll cuddle up next to me, and I talk to her sometimes. I know it's crazy, right? Unlike
No.
somebody comes in, I'm talking to my dog, but I feel like she's not gonna ever talk back to me. If she does, I'm taking some really good drugs. But if she comes out of her face and she just looks at me, I know that she's like hearing me, whatever. She's not gonna talk back, and I can just unload whatever I have to on that dog.
Yeah.
Um, and she's over there. She goes, it's like she knows I'm sad, and she'll come and she'll lick me, and it just feels good. It feels good to have
Some affection.
some affection, whether that's from an animal or a human being, whatever.
Hey, don't get it twisted, because they really say dogs are man best friend for a reason. Because I know when
Hmm.
I first had my stroke, rest in peace, my zero. I miss him all the time. I'd be crying. But when I first got home, he knew. It's like as soon as I got home, he literally stayed on my side. I couldn't do nothing by myself because he knew
Hmm.
that I was broken a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So he loved me, and like you said, gave hugs and licked me, not my face, because I ain't do that. But
You see
hey,
Lola, she's like that big. It's like her tongue is like so small.
I don't do licking in my face, period. You be licking your Duke. You gonna lick your Duke and lick my face. I'm good. No,
whatever.
no judgment, no judgment. It works. Whatever works for you, honey love. Do what you do. See, my dog gave
Not
five.
my face.
My dogs would give me. He would give me a paw because he knew how to give fives, and he give hugs. He'd throw his arm around me and stuff like that. Because, like you said, they know, and we train our animals, and they love us in a different, special way. So, no judgment, honey.
Yeah.
That's funny. No, but everybody's so afraid to admit that they're going through depression and anxiety. Let me tell you something. I felt like a puppy the other day speaking to dogs because I had this interview and I had just went to the bathroom, but it seemed like I get nervous and my anxiety kicks in when I know I'm going to do something like go outside. Since I always used to pee on myself when I first had the stroke, now it's like a thing in my head, like a little kid or like a puppy. I'm anxious. So when I gotta go pee pee. And I go to the bathroom every time I'm about to leave. But that's part of my anxiety, and I'm okay with that. And I'm able to say that now, and I can laugh about it because it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's just a part of life, and we all go through some. Just some of us are unafraid to talk about it, and everybody else act like it's taboo. And I'm just hoping that this show that we're doing right now is opening up avenues for you guys to know that it's safe and it's okay to be human. And we all go through depressions and stuff like that. But if we reach out and utilize a support system that we have, you know what I'm saying? Because none of us is never really alone. It feels like it sometimes. You're like, don't nobody understand what I'm going through, but it's always somebody. Even though they might not fully get it 100%, they empathize with what you feeling enough that they understand. So I think we need to just speak on it more. So this is awesome, man. I'm telling you, these past deaths had me. I have not been focused in school. I'm just now getting back to like my normal because I've been distracted. My emotions have been out of whack. When I tell you, depression sometimes it comes and it goes, like we said. And for me, it's like boom, I'm here today, but then it only lasts for like I give it maybe an hour out of my day because I turn my music on and I pick myself up and remember how much I've accomplished and you know what I'm striving for and why I'm fighting and all that kind of stuff. And that helps me. What helps you be able besides the meds? Because everybody like me, I don't do.
But like sometimes, like music helps.
Uh-huh.
Kind of putting on your favorite kind of music always turns it around for me. I could be having a bad day or a bad moment. I like to say moments, and just a certain song would turn that around. Being around loved ones, like I'm blessed to have my mom. Hello, aloha.
Hi,
Um,
Sulu. Aloha, honey love.
and I'm blessed to still have my mom and dad. So
Jerry.
um, I'm able to like sometimes just chill with them, be around loved ones. That always seems to get my mind off whatever I'm thinking about, whatever is bringing me down.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to be silent on your mom all day.
I
Like,
must say you are blessed though, because I
mhm,
was just thinking that earlier today, and I had little tears in my eyes, and I was like, I sure miss my mama. Like
yeah,
it never gets easier. So for you to have your mom and your dad, man, bless it.
yeah. No, I'm very lucky. I know. As you get older, the odds of having your parents around, become more diminished
Yeah.
as time goes on. But I'm lucky enough to still have both of them, and they're still in relatively good health.
Mhm.
So, um, like when I don't want to, like for instance, the other day, my dad was like, "All right, it's enough of that side shit." Like I'm gonna come in here just like he was asking me, like he came in, and I know like my dad doesn't like come in my room and hang out. So I knew he wanted to talk, but he like started off like I'm watching a YouTube video. He's like, "Oh, what are you watching?" I'm like,
Absolutely.
you know, like you don't care about what I'm watching that, but whatever. And we led into naturally a conversation about what's been going on. Like, uh, it's very important and very vital that you talk to somebody,
I know
whether
Salute
it's
just said something amazing. She said,
Go
I
ahead.
have chronic depression and went to a psychologist for years.
Yeah.
That's amazing because, like we say, everybody's scared to say it. Yes, gratitude helps, and discussions like this helps. Thank you, honey love.
Y'all, you know what else I like to do? I call them small dubs, like small victories.
Okay.
Like if I see somebody at Walmart, right,
Uh-huh.
and they have a cool shirt or a cool hat, whatever,
Uh-huh.
like compliment somebody every once in a while. Like I'll be
Oh,
like, "Yo, dude, I like your hat. That's a cool hat,"
oh
and
yeah.
then see him light up makes me feel good. You
Oh
know,
yeah, I
like
do that anyway though. So
yeah, but
you
like
know what?
I try to do it all the time because sometimes we get wrapped in our own world that we don't like acknowledge what's going on between outside of our bubble, right? So giving that gratitude to someone else and making that person's day. I know when people compliment, like the other day, I went out and somebody was like, "I like your nose a lot." I was like, "Oh, thank you," and I felt good. I felt good. So
Yeah, no, I feel you. Like I said, that
passing that gratitude helps a lot.
you that's just yeah, that's definitely a good thing to be doing. I do that literally all the time. That's one of the things my son can't stand about me, and my cousins be judging me all the time because people come up to me just randomly be like, "It's something about your energy. I just love your energy,"
Yeah,
and they can't stand it. Or I see somebody and I'm like, "Ooh, sugar, them shoes is so popping."
yeah,
And they can't stand it because somebody always want a hug or something. But like you said, those little random acts, you never know who life you might be saving. Strength to you is theory.
I don't know what that means.
I think you're saying like to have strength like that.
Oh, okay, I got it. It took me a minute, but I got it.
No, but seriously, is that's why, like Salute says, shows like this, and like you said, being out in the public and just passing on that gratitude because we literally never know what somebody else is going through, and what is like the tip of the iceberg for them just to take that next, you know what I'm saying, or go back the safe way. So it's
Hmm.
important that with the things we're doing and talking about these kind of things, letting people know that we human. It's normal. It's okay. You know what been having me depressed lately? For real.
What?
And this is gonna sound so funny, but this is I'm bringing up a show for this. It's coming up soon. Um, it's been making me depressed with all this sexuality displayed on TV. All this,
Yeah.
I love people in general, right? My issue is it should be more about humanity versus sexuality. Who cares that this little boy want to kiss a boy? Who cares that this girl want to marry? Like that's not important. The heart of a person's supposed to be more important. So I've been getting really like TV has been pissing me off. And like
Yeah. I
they
don't watch like regular TV. Like I'm very like I like what I like, so I watch what I want to watch
hold
and I
on.
choose hidden
Hidden ill-
illness.
Does that mean hidden illnesses, tongue twister, that makes your depression rise? Give us more, honey love. Give us more, boo.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But it's solution when we have those moments of depression. I learned to kick myself in the butt and get out of the depression. Yo, it can't be sad on a beautiful day. It's really hard to be depressed when you're outside and the birds are chirping, the sun's out, the clouds are nice. Like it's really hard. Like getting out in the open air and getting some sunlight is so important.
Yeah, but like we said, it take practice for you to even notice what's going on with you to be able to say,
Hmm.
I need to go step outside. Because some people get depressed and they don't want to go outside. They want to turn into that hermit and don't want to come out you know what I mean? So how what would your advice be for those type of people who that's just their personality, that's just who they are, and that's what they do?
Well, the reason why I'm able to speak on this, I guess, like, so, because I just went through that. Like, I didn't go outside and I just stayed in my room. All I wanted to do was stay in bed, watch YouTube videos, sleep and eat, do the bare minimum.
Okay.
Um, and then, like, I had to, like, tell myself, because you have these internal conversations with yourself where you're like, what's going on? What's the
Right.
problem? So you can identify the problem. And
Mhm.
then whatever that problem might be, think of solutions for the problems. Instead of being, oh, excuse me, instead of being like, oh, I'm sad because of XYZ. Okay, well, how can I not be sad? Instead of like trying to identify the problem and leaving it at that, because I did that. I was like, oh, I'm sad because I didn't do nothing to fix it.
Right.
So I stayed in that sadness
Right.
for like 2 weeks. And then it got to the point where I was like, okay, well, how can we switch it? Like, what? I tried laying here and didn't get any better. The problem didn't leave. So now we have to deal with it. So what can we do? Oh, we can not sleep all day. You know, force yourself to get up, go outside. Whether I have dogs, so it's easier for me to go outside because I have to walk the dog. You know, so like I'm not trying to clean up poo and piss all day.
Right.
So, um, a lot of it is forcing yourself and trying to like tell yourself, okay, I'm like a hermit. I'd rather be inside, but just force yourself to go outside for 5 minutes and see how you feel then. And then if you feel more comfortable, like usually once you do something, it's easier to keep doing that thing once you start, right? So go
That's
outside for 5 minutes, then you're like, oh, I'll go outside for 10 minutes, and then 15 minutes, and then 20 minutes,
the hardest
and
part
then
is starting.
that's it. It's just getting started. So once you're able to get through that and get past that, everything becomes a lot easier and simpler, you know, in
Yeah.
reality.
Oh, okay. I understand, Salute. See, I have my TV moments when I know I've been doing school and I've been doing just stuff all day and I just want to escape from the regular world. So I go and get a little TV and watch something. But I'm seeing like little shows, and I think the show that I was watching, it ain't supposed to have nothing to do with sexuality. What the hell was that? It don't even matter. All I know is it was children, and I'm like, this shouldn't even be relevant. Like, I get it that some people born feeling a way. That's okay. That's perfectly fine and dandy. But their heart has nothing to do with their sexuality and
Yeah.
what their preference is. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like our world is so focused on that I'm gonna start speaking up on more on it because I feel like now they're forcing it in these classrooms, and it's okay that everybody's gay, whatever they do. Nobody's tripping on you. But at the end of the day, how can you procreate? At the end of the day, how can you do it? You need what? A man and a woman, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it's like that's the only reason that you see these things in fairy tales and all this other stuff, and that's why they want to talk about it. But it's like we're talking about the wrong thing because that's not what's important, especially now. The heart of a person is what matters. We don't want just to display anything on TV with violence and all that, but we'll display all this kind of stuff with sexuality. It's like irrelevant. But anyway,
Yeah, that's a whole other show and a whole
I'm
other
like, my
topic.
tangent is over.
Yeah.
But look, truth, facts. But no, that show is coming up. That's why it's called Humanity versus Sexuality. But anyway, we're talking about depression today and anxiety and how it shows up in your life and how you get past it. And just talk about different tactics, you know.
Well, I want to ask you, like, what have you done personally to like get out of your depression, or what have you done to identify that you have depression?
Well, for one, I identified it by just knowing myself and knowing what my norm is, you know. And when I don't feel like myself and my energy levels are low, because anybody who know me in like real life know my energy is my energy. It's just I'm joy like but when I'm depressed, like that energy is not there, and I start doing something, but then my mind will just go elsewhere, and I'll start thinking about the thing that's like frustrating me, and it'll just keep coming back, and that's how I know my depression is setting in. And the only way I get past it is kind of doing what I'm doing right now, which is talking about it. This morning I got my butt up and I got back on that treadmill because I'm about to work through it. and I'm just gonna push myself and remind myself. I do my affirmations, and I turn my music on and I sing. Child, that is, listen, Cynthia, my mama left me with that gift of just when I'm going through it, turn on them good old school, like not this new school sex. All that. I need some old school Temptation vibes. Like hit me with the back in the day vibes, and then I sing, and then I look at my kids and see the accomplishments in my life, and just little stuff like that, and I just start reminding myself of the things that I do right and that I have accomplished good, and I started saying things like I forgive myself. Right now, I'm not fully there. Like I don't fully believe it,
Mm.
but I feel like the more I practice it, the more it's going to become second nature, and I really will forgive myself for my breast reduction and for allowing certain things to happen with my body and just doing certain things that I'm not proud of. But I have to remember I'm human. So I made mistakes not knowing no better. But when you know better, you do better. And that's why it's important that we pass the knowledge that we have on to other people, because they supposed to be steady passing it on down. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only way our world is going to improve if we educate one another. So out of all my spiel, what I've been doing is music and talking and just trying to get back. Like I said, I'm not fully there yet. I'm still kind of in my depression. That's why you
Hmm.
see Strengthen You and my dance craze. But when you see little glimpses of my stuff, that's how you know I'm fighting it. I'm steady pushing through because those videos keep me grounded. Like making little TikToks and making little stories and giving some light and some hope to somebody else gives me purpose. And with that purpose, I take it and use it as strength that represents me because I'm able to do that for somebody else through my own pain, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
So,
No, it does. Absolutely. And doing this show helps me at least. Like I wouldn't be on a normal like trial and abnormal trial. A normal circumstance. I wouldn't be talking about my depression the way we're talking about it now.
right,
And talking about it the way we're talking about it is bringing light to certain situations I wasn't even thinking about.
right.
So I'm very grateful for this opportunity and this platform that we have to talk about things like this, because it's not only us going through it. There's a million other people
You
going through
better
that.
say what you said because you said how you said when you said it.
What? Moving on. But
Yes, Lou. Focusing on the positive definitely helps.
yes, yes. And um yeah, I'm just grateful for that opportunity that we get once a week every Monday to talk about real topics. Even if it's for an hour, that's an hour I'm not talking about these subjects anyway, like in a normal everyday basis. So I'm like, I know not everybody has a show or platform. Well, you're more than welcome to leave your comment on a show like this, where you can kind of get your story out there. Or if you're not comfortable with that, talk to somebody. Talk to
Right,
somebody you know personally. Don't put yourself out there if you're not comfortable with that. We're not forcing anything on anyone, but having the opportunity every week to talk about real stuff that's going on in their everyday lives um, is beneficial to me at least.
girl, give me a hug, girl. Hey, salute. Laughter is the best medicine, though, and that's why it's important that we actually do what we're doing right now, and that's admit you gotta accept what is first in order to change what is. If you don't accept it and pretend like it's not a thing, it's gonna keep existing and manifesting in you more and more until it becomes uncontrollable, and then you're enraged, and then you accidentally kill somebody. And I mean, hopefully that never happens, but I know people that actually happened to because their anger took over because they didn't deal with their inner feelings. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like Junior said, he was taught just like I was taught, even though I'm a girl. But we was taught you don't be feeling like that. You don't have no depression. You crazy if you want to go to a psychiatrist. Black people don't do like it was so many ignorant things that we were taught that by us doing this, we are breaking generational curses, letting people know, shine a light on your depression and let people know that you feel pain. It's okay. We all feel some type of pain and we all need somebody. So don't sit here and pretend like you don't need no friend because you got a friend in us. And we just got to talk about what is and not be afraid to call a thing because somebody told you not
Yeah.
to call a thing and I'm about to turn into a rapper like Al.
Ow. But that's true. Like we grew up with these like stigmas. You don't do this, you don't do that. Like it's not 1920, right? So we can talk about our feelings. And no one's Superman. Like we're all human, right? There's no Superman or Superwoman that every day is a great day, and then like it doesn't exist.
Facts.
So, um, I tried for a while there. Every day was like like
But what
no.
did I tell you as your friend, though? Remember, I told you you got
Yeah.
to allow yourself to feel that's part of our recovery. You got to go through it because didn't ask to wake up and your whole damn life be different and your face twisted and learn how to walk and just all this stuff that we went through and we got to process and deal and figure out how. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes it come and hit you like a box of rocks when you're so busy trying to be positive and
Hmm.
not letting yourself feel those real life feelings. So I'm proud of you for at least number one acknowledging that you did that to yourself and you learned from it. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people say the and then repeat the same cycle. So
Hmm. Yeah, that was like when it crashed, right? Because everyone crashes. You can go up, but the higher up you go, longer it's gonna like the harder you're gonna hit, right?
uh-huh.
So, I was on such a high, right, that when it crashed, I really crashed, like to the point I don't want that to nobody. Um, and I just started internalizing, okay, what am I doing wrong? Not
Right.
necessarily wrong. What am I not doing that's agreeing with my like inner fiber, right? Like my inner being. And I wasn't being true to myself. Like yeah, there was days where I was sad and I went out there behind a motivational time and oh everything's great. Like da 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 and like deep down inside, like I'm like sad as shit, you know?
Right.
So like there's no point in putting that mask, especially now, um, where you're it's more accepting to be real, right, and
Yep.
like talk about your feelings than
Absolutely.
ever before, like ever
And
before.
on top of that, though, you if anybody who makes you feel wrong for showing those feelings lets you know you don't want them people in your life anyway. Family, friend, no matter who they are. Some people, we grown now. We get to choose who in our life. You don't have to keep dealing with the same people you dealt with just because you love
Yeah,
them. Love they ass from a different, a distance. People look at me and figure that I'm always happy, just like me, girl. I do share my depression because you never know who's listening, watching, can help discussions like this. That's why you, my sister from another mister, girl, because I'm the same way.
but it's so true. Like going through these, like if you're choosing not to talk about it, one is you're not ready. Like you still have to internalize how you feel about something before you're able to talk about it. But if you know what's going on and you're still choosing not to talk about it, like that's on you, fam. You know, like you can be Mr. Tough Guy and Mr. Tough Girl all you want, but like the real ones know who you are. You know, at the end of the day, so like they're gonna like hopefully you got a good support system that's gonna call you out on your bullshit when you're on your bullshit. Because no one's perfect. Like I could try all day, but if I'm doing something wrong, I have people around me that's gonna be like, "Hey, like you're not handling this the right way." You know, like instead of not necessarily saying what I was doing was bad, but like my dad told me the other day when
You.
love you too. Um, that was salute, right? Or you just say I
Yeah.
love you to some random. I
Oh,
do
here
that a
go the
lot.
other queen on the scene. She done popped on through. Trying
Oh,
to be.
she's
She did.
there. She go,
Hey,
courage.
how y'all? I sure do apologize.
It's
What
all good.
happened?
Life happens.
So, how y'all doing?
We great.
We're
What about
good.
you?
Well, we're talking about depression and anxiety.
Ooh, depression is something.
And anxiety.
All of it together is a pain.
Yeah.
You know,
Have
I,
you
I, can
have,
I
have you dealt with it?
yes, I dealt with depression just the other day.
And what happened? If you don't mind, me asking.
I mean, you have people, if people come to you with negativity, and if you haven't just like develop yourself to be able to like not let that come get affect you, it can throw you back into a depression. So instead of me just being like the old me, just sit and take it, I got up and just left and went and had me a good day because I refused to let somebody take me back to where I didn't overcame.
What you said. What that say right there? Nope. No, but before you finish, let me just say one thing before I forget. Y'all know stroke brain. Let's be clear. Okay. Talking about your depression makes you have that show. That's a sign of strength, is what I'm trying to say. It's
Yeah.
not a sign of weakness to let somebody know that you're hurting and that you just need. Maybe you need a hug. Maybe you just need
Mhm.
somebody to say they love you. Maybe you need somebody to just say it's gonna be okay. It don't matter what it is that you need. Just know that you're human and don't be afraid to just say what it is. Because again, we here for you. But go ahead, girl. Continue. Hey.
Oh, I can say this, and this is very important to everybody that's watching. When we put these links up to come into Zoom, this is what Zoom is about. It's been many a days that I've been depressed, sad, just don't want to be bothered, and I go into Zoom and I come out a whole different person.
Look, she left me speechless for a second. I was like, yeah, because that's
Oh,
true. We be in
Yeah.
that laughing, we be in that turn. Like if those are support groups, they starting to change. Yesterday last week we have even more people and they change and we're getting a little more structured and we having good times. But anyway, that's one of the ways to help you through your depression. So if you do need an avenue, as Courage said, those
Hmm.
Zoom links are meant for you guys. Like, don't ever hesitate to just reach out to us or even just come in there. If you don't want to talk, you don't have to talk. Sometimes you can just hear other people's stories and get strength from that. So if you just want to come in and you don't want to show your face and you don't want to be a part of it, it's all good. We still gonna love you the same. Just get your butt up in there and hear some good energy and get some good love and some good vibes from some good people. Cause we're here for you. But
Hmm.
that's right.
girl,
But yeah, like I was saying, yeah, agreeing and piggyback on what you said there. Oh, we have a wonderful.
you
Yeah,
too,
bye,
Sue.
aloha. Um, yeah, it makes you a stronger person if you're able to talk about your feelings. Don't take it as a sign of weakness, like strength was saying. Take that as a small victory. Even talking about it is a victory and heading in the right direction. That's like telling yourself, okay, I have this issue, which is totally normal and okay. Everyone goes through it. Like, I know at that time it feels like you're kind of alone and going through it yourself, but there's a million other people dealing with similar problems, you know. So, um, talk about it helps, and having, you know, having a person there is so important. Somebody who's gonna see your issue and try to reach out. Yeah, I remember the other day, Strength, you hit me up and you were like, "Are you okay?" And I was like, yeah, I'm okay. And in my head, I was like, I'm not though, you know. And then through that, you reaching out, kind of like made me think about it. And that was the same day that my dad talked to me. So like the people around me knew something wasn't right with Junior. Like he's off. So like let me reach out. Like don't be an idiot, all right, like I was, and not take that. Obviously, strength was. I know.
Okay, let's use better words, sir. This is not that.
I'm saying, I should have. I took advantage and like talked to you about it because usually when I talk to you, like I feel better at the end of the day about whatever we're talking about. So, um, yeah, don't ignore those that are kind of putting out their hand and be like, hey, yo, here's our olive branch. You want to talk about it? You
Well,
don't want to
feel
talk
like I'm
about
in
it?
your face right now saying, get your stuff together. Next time you better tell me you got something going on.
Okay.
Cause we don't appreciate you leaving us hanging. We are family,
What she said.
and you
We're
ain't
not
gonna get
doing this
rid of us
live.
like that.
Sometimes, y'all,
No
this is how
one,
we
no
also
one, no
tackle.
one, no one said I want
Sometimes
to
we
get
want
rid of
y'all to
y'all.
know this is how family tackles depression, okay? This is how
Yeah.
your family will come at you
We
sometimes.
ain't gonna love you less because you're going through something. We're gonna love you more because you came to us.
And we feel some type of way if you don't feel like you can trust in us to tell us what's going
It
on.
wasn't like that,
No, I'm not. But
guys.
this is for
Okay.
everybody. It's not just for you. This is for
Yeah.
everybody who know that sometimes, see, me and Courage are your sisters, and we coming at you like sisters supposed to, and we
Hmm.
letting you know, not you, but we letting everybody know this sometimes how family will come at you. It's not that they feeling like they want to fight you or nothing like that. It's just they love you enough that they feel away when you don't trust in them to let them know what's going on with you. So you have to let your family know what's going on. You can't be afraid to say what it is because family love you no matter what. And like we told you before, the ones that make fun of you or make you feel a kind of way because you did go to them, you let them, they let you know where to put them. Get them
Hmm.
out your life. That's all that is. But that's all I was trying to say. Okay, okay, I'm done, Junior. I ain't gonna cuss you out no more. I'm gonna take my hand back.
Yeah, cause joy will show up at your door.
I'm glad you know.
Yeah.
I really will. I'm their traveling sister. I will for sure show up at your door.
You heard me say
You
joy.
can't. You
Well, look,
knock down that. You can't ignore me
Mom, I got a
now.
question. What do you do when you're feeling depressed to make you feel better? Well, some like we said earlier on the show, I'll tell you some things I do, and we'll just go around and kind of tell you some things that we all do. And honey love, you're gonna always have to do what works for you and listen to
Hmm.
your body. But the first thing I start with is some music. Sometimes I might go get me some wine too. Depends on what's really got me upset. I ain't gonna even lie to you. I'm one of them kind of friends. I might even eat an edible. It just depends on the day. But
Yeah.
the point the biggest thing I do is get some music. And I usually try to journal about what's going on with me if I don't have nobody I want to talk to about it. And another thing I do is get on my Strengthen You page and I exercise because exercise releases those endorphins, those positive
Hmm.
endorphins through your body. And it just kind of changes your whole mood. So that's some of the things I do. What about you, Courage, since you just got on the scene? What you do?
I was saying I was gonna piggyback off of you and say music is a big thing.
Okay.
Secondly, I will put on me a wig and some makeup, and baby, I get to feeling so beautiful and get dressed and pose. You have to find what makes you happy.
Mm-hmm.
It's different for everybody, but also sometimes I have to take a moment and just think to myself, like that's not how I want to feel, how I used to feel.
Mm-hmm.
And so that makes me get up and do so. If it ain't nothing but detail cleaning my house, but I'm gonna get my mind off of what's depressing me
Yeah.
or what's got me in that, in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
Music is another one for me, but it's a universal thing. We're not telling you music and listen to some. sad, depressing song.
No, you gotta be uplifted.
Like, yeah,
Uncle
something
Jackson,
uplifting,
Uncle
upbeat.
Sure.
I also play video games. That helps me. I love my video games, and I can't like be sad playing a video game.
That's
So um, if you're trying too hard to be sad. I think
you trying too hard to be sad.
you can't like you don't play Mario Brothers. I hate the world. Like
Yeah. Well,
it
I'm
doesn't happen.
gonna put myself out here when I say this.
Okay.
Strength in You has a playlist, and that's my number one playlist that I play.
We do
That
got a
brings-
playlist.
Where?
Which means I'm gonna have to hold myself accountable to load it on the Strength in You page. Whenever you feel in the play that playlist, it's uplifting songs. You might be bouncing around. You might think of Joy on SNU dancing, and it's gonna bring you joy. So I'm just gonna put that out there. So now I have to do it.
Yeah.
Y'all see I'm dancing to the playlist in my head.
I didn't know we had a playlist.
That's because you've
Yeah,
been.
you remember I asked you what kind of, if you want to add some songs to the playlist.
Is it on Spotify or like what is it on?
Whatever.
It's
I
on
mean,
YouTube right now. I think she put it on that. But we'll get with that. We'll talk about that.
Okay.
we'll put it all out for you.
Okay.
But
But
if
no,
you have an
that's a
uplifting
very
song
important point,
you would like
guys.
to add, send it to me.
That's a very important point. That is a very important point, guys. We all said music. Okay, that's a universal thing. We all said music. Man, woman, child, black, white, don't keep color. We all like music. Everybody loves music. But you have to listen to beautiful music, motivational music, upbeat music, positive. You know what I'm saying? It gotta be good stuff. Like I love India Ari, to give you an example of a person. I love Sounds of Blackness. I sound real black right now, but
So
no, I love those. And then country songs. The country songs, y'all, the country songs be lit because they be so funny. The stuff that they sing about be so real life. And one man trying to keep his daughter off the pole and his son out of jail. Like, listen, I'm trying to tell you. I think his name Walker Hayes. I'm just trying to get him some ideas. Listen to that and put a smile on your face. Oh, Megan Trainor, she is full of positive, beautiful feeling. And Lizzo, she is self-love because that girl has got the juice, hunty. So yeah. Junior, you want to throw a name out there, some positive music you listen to?
I listen to a lot of like I like EDC music, like electronic music. So I listen to a lot of TS still. But
what's those emojis? Them cats. Jerry, I'm scared. Okay, I don't.
We don't know if they crying or that.
You're welcome, honey love. I hope we can help. I hope that helped. And don't forget to hit us in the Zoom, baby. I'm gonna put up the link again. Y'all join support group on Fridays. If you need a new time, y'all gotta tell us because I'm trying to coordinate this thing, but I won't know if y'all don't say. So again, don't be afraid to speak up because closed mouths don't get fed. And I want this to be a place for all of us. So I gotta make it work. But anywho, so Junior did wisdom. You did the right face. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But I think this is just Pharrell. Pharrell got like there's a happy song that everybody because I'm happy. Everybody knows that one.
Oh, yeah.
But there's a lot of Pharrell songs that are just
yeah, he my dude.
Yeah,
he my dude for sure. So no, those are just some names of some people y'all might want to check out. And remember, everything takes practice. It ain't gonna just come to you. You gotta want it bad enough to seek it out and search for it. And sometimes you gotta dig that positivity and bury that depression. You know what I'm saying? It's a process, and it ain't gonna come easy. But again, nothing that's really worth having will. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it takes practice. I mean,
yes,
if you coming from a negativity person, you're gonna catch yourself saying something negative, but you also got to correct yourself. No, I'm not gonna say that. I'm gonna say the opposite of that. And the more you do it, the more you're gonna be like, you're not gonna want to think negative because your spirit not gonna feel right.
Yep. That's where I am right now. I think I've practiced so much positivity with me volunteering in the hospitals and stuff after my stroke that now if somebody even around me with negativity, I'm probably gonna go off or I'm just gonna remove
You be
myself.
like, ooh,
I just don't
ooh.
I just like literally like it's like
Yeah.
it's almost it's the word itself is already negative. You know what I'm saying? Like how can we possibly get any change or bring forth anything better for our future generations to come if we don't start promoting these things we want to see? You know what I'm saying? Everybody's so busy pointing the finger at I'm this way because of this way and I'm this way because of that. Don't nobody care why you that way. Because you grown now, you get to make a choice. So now let's make a choice not to just let this depression hold on to us. That don't mean it won't never come. That don't mean it ain't gonna exist. That don't mean none of that. That just means you make a choice every day that it does come to fight through it and don't let it consume you because it takes practice. I'm practicing right now to be happy. So every day, y'all gonna see smiles out of me because that's what I choose to give out to the universe. And what I choose to give out is what I get back. So then that helps me keep refueling my positive energizer batteries. So Al, that's why joy is always her. So I'm encouraged.
I'm gonna say this, like I went through that stage where I was just negative, and it seemed like I was more in pain when I was being negative. Now that I'm being like I'm coming out of that and I be more positive, I wake up want to listen to music. I'm barely in pain. If I'm in pain, I don't even acknowledge it. So it's really is a difference.
So you're telling people basically negativity brings your body pain, physical pain.
Yes, it brings it.
Positivity lifts off that extra stress on your body.
Yes.
I like it.
Yes.
We love you too, boo.
Look at Jill.
I love Jill.
No, but that's real life, y'all. That's dope. Wait, we got something going on. Hold on. What do you do when you feel depressed, when you feel lonely because you don't have a girlfriend? Now, okay, let me say my part. I'm asking this question to Junior fully. This is gonna be all weird because I can't talk from not having no girlfriend. Well, I kind of can but anyway,
I have a girlfriend now.
Okay.
I have a girlfriend.
You didn't have one in the beginning, so you can talk about it.
Oh, true.
Right. So all I'm gonna tell you, remember that your love for yourself matters first. And most of the time, people want a significant other for the physical part of it. You don't have to have a girlfriend for that nature. They have cuddle buddies. It's all kinds of things out here now that exist for you to just get that kind of affection. And even a real just friend. Don't look for a girlfriend. Be comfortable in your skin enough to where you attract people because people are attracted to confidence. But anyway, continue, Sir Wisdom.
Work on yourself. Don't worry about your girl right now. I think the reason why I got a girlfriend was because I was working on myself and I was comfortable with myself and being being okay with being alone, right? Like if I didn't have a girlfriend, I was perfectly happy without one, So I think work on yourself first, and that will attract a girlfriend. But that's a whole other show. That's a topic we'll talk about down the road. But definitely, if I was gonna leave you anything, work on yourself and be confident with yourself first, and then worry about that other shit. Like that'll come.
Well, that sounds so. No. Let me see. That sounds taboo. We wanted a better opinion because we know You went through it like in real life, and
To be honest,
that don't come that easy. Like you,
I know, I know, but we have a minute left in the show, and I gotta use the bathroom
Oh,
so bad.
He said it's more discussion on a different show.
I was like, yo, let's have
so
this
let's say this then. Let's leave it with this then. Reach out to Wisdom, hit his inbox, and y'all talk one-on-one and talk about that. And yeah. But we love y'all. We appreciate you. We're gonna let Wisdom go to the bathroom.
Bye.
You go. Let me finish it. Don't forget to wear your crown with pride. When you down there's nowhere else to go. Put your crown on and put your crown on. Put the lantern inside that crown. Turn that light up. Let that positivity radiate all over your body. Anything that's negative is gonna bounce back off you. Remember, everything is a choice, and you have to practice positivity. It does not come easy. It just comes to those who really want it. We here, we love you, and until next time, my honey loves. Bye.
Bye.